Hey everybody, Jackie Zychalka here, Presidential Diamond Leader. We're here with our weekly call, and yeah, it's really exciting. Got Jackie Marchant also on the call with me today, and a couple other amazing leaders. And yeah, and Stanley's here. Hi, Stanley. Aw. Um, yeah, so let's get started. You guys know how I like to get started. I'd love to have you guys share some of your wins and go around and have you guys share some of the things that you're either excited about or something that you've accomplished or something that maybe you booked or something like that. So is anybody brave enough to get going and start right away?
I will.
Sure.
Okay. So one of the things that I've been working on this week that has been really getting me outside of my comfort zone is just like talking to strangers. In my 9-to-5 job, I have absolutely no problem talking to strangers and striking up conversation and making small talk with them. But when it comes to being outside my 9-to-5 hours, I tend to be like a chicken. So I have been working on just making myself get out there and do it. And I haven't died. So, it's a win.
Nice. Have you met anybody interesting?
Well, everybody's interesting. Yeah, but I've met a couple people that I think would be amazing at this business, but it's just the relationship building. Haven't brought up the business to them yet at all. Just we're friends on Facebook now, so they see what I'm doing. So I'm kind of dripping on them that way, and I'm just making a point of being more intentional with my connections and building relationships. But yeah, the biggest thing for me is just forcing myself to get out there, because the things that are easy to do are also the things that are easy not to do. And so yeah, that's basically what that's a big deal for me, actually, so I'm pretty proud.
That's awesome. We're proud of you. Way to go. It's like sometimes it's so funny because some things that are hard for some people are so easy for other people. They don't even think about it. And the reality of it is we realize that it's an irrational fear, and that you're right, you live, nothing bad happened except for you made a new friend. And so yeah, it sounds like somebody needs to mute. I don't know who it is though.
Mommy said you have to get up.
Jackie, I think you can mute all as the host if you go to participants and then you just mute.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so if anybody wants to unmute themselves, you're welcome to. And I just also wanted to make a note and let everybody know too that I'm not sure if Candice is going to be joining us. She's dealing with a little bit of health issues with her head right now. You guys all know that she suffered a concussion a while back, and she's just, I think it's catching up to her a little bit now. So we're just going to pray for her, hope she's doing well. And I'm not sure if she's going to make it onto the call or not, but I just want to let everybody know that, yeah, we're sending her some good vibrations and some good love and sending our thoughts out her way. So thank you for sharing, Henny. That's a really good one, because sometimes we don't realize like how much of an impact that can have on our business. I know that that's how Barb Hauser is one of the biggest ways for her to grow her business. Is she does it mostly by meeting people and blitzing them and going out and making friends and making connections and getting them on her social media and stuff. So yeah, that's huge. And it also helps you grow as a person. You start to become who knows, what if you meet your next best friend? So very cool.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'll share. I've been doing something similar, like getting out and meeting new people, because I find I just am craving getting out and being social more so than being at home in front of the computer all the time. So I've joined new baby groups and all these different moms that are coming out of the woodworks that I'm meeting. It's just been awesome because they're all looking to get back in shape and fit and healthy after having babies. And they're all at home and wanting to, not all of them, but most of them are wanting to not go back to work. So it's just become so much fun sharing it with people. And yeah, it's just nice to be out there and be social and making friends. And, I think that that's definitely my preference right now, like going out most days, and then maybe having like 1 or 2 days where I stay home and do like what I need to do follow-up wise and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, totally. And I think getting out and meeting people reminds us like how much fun things can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you just don't know who you're going to meet or what kind of experience you're going to have and things like that. So yeah, totally.
Things definitely move faster when you meet people in person. There's just so much more trust and excitement and like that good rapport that you can build faster face to face. And I'd like to share too that I meet up with my team that's local and we like work together and do stuff like that once a week. So at least, and these girls that I'm meeting up with in person who are my local team, I actually met them, most of them, online. But I make sure that when I'm online, I'm trying to add friends and follow people who are local to me and have things in common with me, because then I can meet up with them. So it's like, yeah, I find people online, but then we build the relationship in person. And like they're more likely to stick around and not like disappear because like we know them and we've met and we've seen each other face to face, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And like, again, so much funner, right? Like, you know, meeting people online is one thing, but when you get to spend time together, have meals together, have a coffee together, you know, do something like that, then you really get to know each other, because then you're talking about who you actually really are, and you're doing more like relationship building that way too. So that's fun. Does anybody else have a story that they want to share about meeting people in person and going out, and like maybe you met somebody that way or something was surprising for you?
I think Layla does. We're sharing our wins for the week. You've had some awesome wins this week.
Yeah, anything you want to share, hon? Oh, she's putting her headset on.
Yeah.
What's up with my phone? Like it only works when I have my headset in. But yeah, I've met a couple people that way. I've met most of my business that I grow is through social media, but I don't like I tend to use social media just for just to make the connection, and then I meet a lot of people that way, like in person. I like to take it just like to face, but one of my closest friends and business partners I met through this business. Like I think her mom actually was a potential customer of mine, and then I made a post one day about tagging a friend who, you know, wants to win a free wrap or something like that. I was just like willingly giving a wrap away. It wasn't even for an online party. And then her mom tagged her in it, and then I messaged her, and then through there she just became a distributor, and now she's like one of my rock stars on my team. So yeah, you never know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yay. Carol Ann, I wanted to ask you too, because I know that your business is growing like crazy. How do you find that you meet most people? Are you meeting them online? Are you meeting people in person? Like I know a lot of your team are probably people you knew before the business, I assume, but maybe you want to tell us a little bit more.
No, I'll say that I didn't know anyone. Like most of my family or even friends didn't really join, or it took a while. So they wait until it works, and then they jumped in. They jumped afterwards. So I was just connecting with new people. I start with 600-700 friends on my Facebook, and now I'm 3,000 friends. So I added a lot of people.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, 3,000 like 2 weeks ago. So when I hit 3,000, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I added a lot of people that I don't know. I connect with them. I talk with them. I build relationship, and I get to know what they really need. So usually it's work, and they became distributor after being loyal customers. So that's amazing.
So how did that happen? How did the transition go from you got them, so you found them, you made a connection online.
Yeah.
They connected with you somehow, online party, something like that, I assume, became a customer?
Yeah, or post. When I post something on Facebook, they come and talk. And when they try the product, usually I'm really guiding them a lot. So I'm telling them how to use it and like how it's supposed to work, and I'm not promising anything. So they know that they can, like, they trying the product and maybe it will work, maybe it won't, but they know. And normally it works. So they're really happy and they join. That's it. They're like, oh yeah, you were right. Like, it's not magic, but it's working. So they really love the project and they're joining. I don't have to ask anything. They're asking. But they're following me on Facebook and I see that what I'm doing, it's exciting and it's fun and they want to join. They want that. They want to be a.
So you're finding that your secret is the good connection you're having with your customers when they become customers and really connecting well with them, teaching them
Yeah.
the product, teaching them what to expect. And then from there, they either decide that they want to be a distributor kind of thing?
Yes, because since like day one, I'm sending them gift card, like not gift card. Yeah, with saying thank you in it, and depending on what they took as first product, I'm sending samples like Chew or Greens or Wow, and how to use the product that I'm sending, and they really like that. They're always like, oh, it's so thoughtful, and after that they want to join because they feel we're friends, and I don't know. I think that's why they think we are really good friends.
Cool.
Yeah, and I do have a lot of new friends, like good friends from It Works, so that's working.
Nice. It's fun, right? Like how much fun
Yeah.
are you having?
Yeah, it's a nice job. I really like it. But yeah, sometimes there is some weird customer that you find and you're like, I'm not pushing for you to be a distributor, and it's okay because there is bizarre people. So, but yeah, usually people are really nice. So it's a fun job. It's not hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. That sounds like that's amazing. And I think that like everybody can take something from that because it's like you're doing what everybody else is doing, but maybe you're spending a little bit more time when you get that customer, right? Like that you're spending time with them. That's kind of the secret. So I think that's what Tanis does too, right? Did you
Yes.
Not from Tanis?
Oh, she did that for me over a year. So yeah, she was really good at it. And that's why I connect with her, because she was asking me for a year. She made me win some wrap and I tried them. And even after that, it took me like a couple months before saying yes. She was really patient and really sweet. And she was following my Facebook and saying stuff privately like, oh, that picture was so nice. She's sweet, like really sweet. You want to be best friend.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to learn from that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to learn from giving people. Sometimes people need a little more love or a little more sunshine in their day. And so when someone's messaging you, telling you that you have a great post and that you're doing well, like that can brighten someone's whole day up.
Yeah, seriously. It's working.
Wow. That's amazing. Cool.
Yeah. And I hope Tanis will feel better because I need her back. I need my best friend back.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I know. I miss her too. I hope she's feeling better. She works so hard. So I know. I know.
I want her to be back.
Yes.
You did a great job on Pam's call.
Yes.
I loved it.
Oh, I was so shy. Seriously.
No, you were great.
I think she was expecting me to talk more. And I was like, I'm not comfortable here. Stop. But yeah.
No, it was perfect.
So stressful.
No,
thank you, Jackie. Your boy is so cute. He's so cute.
Thank you.
Aww. I want to hug him.
Yeah, bring that baby to Canada.
Yeah, you have to come. Are you coming to Spain?
Oh, I don't know.
You have to.
I want to, but
I want to meet you.
I want to meet you too, but I can't leave him yet. He's too little, and I can't bring him.
I know.
So, anyway, if you guys didn't know, Carol Ann was on Pam's call this week, and because she just promoted to presidential in 11 months. So everything she's saying, I've been taking mental notes because she's doing
Thank you, Jackie. It means a lot.
Yeah, me too.
You're the best.
And it's just stuff that anyone can do, right? We can all start adding more people on Facebook. We can all, follow them and write nice things to them and really take good care of our customers and become their friends, and then be really excited and sharing how excited our business is. That's one thing that I think I need to do more of, is be really loud about success and be really loud about everything that's going well for our team. And when your customers see that and they also see you supporting them and being their friend, they will join the business. So I had one of my customers join just last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, as a distributor. And I know Jackie asked for like what people wanted to learn on this call, and someone said about like how they can raise the money for their kit if they don't have it. Well, this girl, Sarah, I'm not sure if she's on the call today, but she was one of my loyal customers on the Stretch Mark cream, of course, because that's like my number one product ever since I was using it during pregnancy. And she's expecting. Oh, he's being loud. Sorry. She wanted to join, and she said, you know, money was an issue with buying the kit. So I just said to her, because she after she joined as my customer, I got her on one of our online parties. So of course she knew all about the wrap, and she said it was intriguing and she'd be using it after she had her baby. So I told her about the kit and how it comes with 4 wraps. And I said, well, do you know some people who might want to try a wrap? And she said, well, maybe. And I said, look, there's other people on our team who have been in the same situation as you, and they were able to raise the money for their kit by helping some of their friends start trying the wraps. And I actually shared with her a video that Nicole Dallas, who's on our team in New Zealand, put up in our online party. And Nicole was telling her story about how she didn't have the money for the kit, and Liz helped her raise the money by selling some wraps. So I said, check out this video. It reminds me of you. Like, I really think that you could do what Nicole did. And she goes, yeah, that is just like me. Can you help me? And so I said, yes. And I helped her with wording that she could send to her friends and family, you know, whether she wanted to call them or text them. But basically, it was her saying, look, I've been using this Stretch Mark cream. It's been amazing for me. I'm really excited about using these wraps after I have the baby. But I have a few coming to me, and I just wanted to know if you would like to try one. You can reserve 1 or 2, and you can give me your testimony and tell me how you like it. And she had pre-sold 4 wraps within 2 hours of using that message. And she didn't know that she could do it. She was so nervous and thinking that she wouldn't maybe be able to do it. And she's just so excited. Now she's got her 4 loyal customers too. Good.
Yay, that's amazing. Wow. So Tara basically asked if you could share that video and the verbiage, please.
Sure. Just remind me after we get off the call. Nicole is amazing too. I don't know if she's on here, but she had a really good story about how she got started.
Nicole, are you on the call?
I don't think she is, but I can share her video. She's awesome.
That'd be awesome. I would love that. Cool. Well, that's the thing though. When there's a will, there's a way, right? And when you decide you want something, you figure out how to get it, and you start asking questions, and no matter what you're struggling with, someone else has struggled the way you have. Like, there's nothing that you can come up with that somebody hasn't already had happen to them, and they've figured out how to get through. And so by asking questions and asking your upline, you know, what kind of resources do you have for me? What do you think can help? You look at how much that like changed somebody's business right there. So cool. Wow. And the nice thing too about it isn't it already speaks to what we're opening the call with, but when people were asking, a couple of the questions were as how to make relationships online, and we already covered that. And then, you know, also what Jackie was saying, like, how do you get somebody started when money's an issue? And pre-selling is a great way to do that, you know. And so be creative, have fun, and ask your upline, figure out what they did or who they know that did the same thing that you did. And, you know, you never know where that can bring you.
And here's the thing, Sarah, it took Sarah 2 hours to pre-sell, but it took Nicole, I think 7 or 8 weeks, but she didn't give up. So she had Liz supporting her every step of the way, saying like, try this, try that, you can do this, you know, and she was determined. So some people just, when you're helping people raise the money to get started, remind them, you know, it might take 2 hours, it might take 2 months, but you'll get there, and I'm in this with you to help you.
No kidding, eh? That's awesome. Like, what a great reminder. Love it. Yeah.
And she's made the wrap cash, like ever since she started, she's still been making enough wrap cash to take her hubby off of overtime. And Liz can tell us more about that.
Yeah, Liz, you got the floor.
The mastermind behind all of this.
Because it is really exciting for Nicole. Nicole started right on Christmas, So it did take her 7 weeks, because we all know that it can be a bit hard for people that are short of money, you know, over the Christmas and January holidays. But because she was so persistent, and she didn't just talk about the wraps and the defining gel, she actually went further and she talked about other products online and things like that. So when she actually signed as a distributor, she had her first loyal customer within an hour of signing. So, you know, she just went for gold, and she's gone for gold ever since. And, you know, so I'm really excited for, you know, what she's going to do. I mean, she was holding, you know, the week that she started, she was holding her own online wrap parties, you know, wrap parties in person and wrapping people like, she just really went for it. It's been fantastic. Yeah. So, and next focus is on, you know, enrolling distributors with Nicole. So, you know, I'm really excited about what's going to happen next. I just wanted to share that too.
Well, we're all sharing like our wins for the week and what we've been up to. So is there anything else you want to share, Liz, while we've got you?
Well, yeah, I'm having wins every week. I've enrolled a couple of distributors so far this month, which have been ongoing, you know, people that I've been talking to for a long time. One of them was a loyal customer, so I converted her over just last week. And then this week I've enrolled somebody else who she's talked to me about the business a few times and then kind of disappeared as happens. And I just kept messaging now and again, and, you know, she'd put a like on some different posts and things like that. So it was a combination of two things. It was that got her across the line this week. It was a post that I made. She obviously really liked it and messaged me and asked me what other products we had, because at that point she really wasn't aware of anything much more than the wraps or the fat fighters. And so, you know, they were the main products that we'd talked about. So, you know, telling her a little bit more about the products, because she, you know, came to me and asked me some more questions. And then, of course, I just told her that we had the free shipping, which was fantastic for New Zealand, of course, because it brought the kit price in New Zealand down from like $235 down to under $195, which is a massive difference. Yeah, because shipping to New Zealand's high, and exchange rate's high at the moment. So, you know, it's we do a lot of pre-selling in New Zealand for the girls to raise funds. But yeah, so that kind of got that across the line with having the free shipping as well. It just was, you know, good timing. And I've got another girl hoping to come on board. It's supposed to be today. So, and another loyal customer today. So actually I was going to message you today, Jackie, and maybe anybody on the call could answer this. I often have people booked in to enroll as a loyal customer, and when I go to them on the day, 9 times out of 10 I'm finding they don't respond or they don't actually enroll. Has anybody got any good tips of a verbiage that they send those people to actually, you know, really get them excited again if it's been a week or 2 weeks? Is there anything anybody can help me with there? Because, you know, if I enrolled every single person that's booked in my appointment schedule, I'd be going super well. So I'll let you answer that if someone can.
Okay, so I use the calendar closed verbiage that we got from the Duns. I don't know if you guys are all familiar with that. And I actually get their information to sign them up like on that first date. Like when they say like sign me up on my payday. Sorry. And I'm like, no problem. Like, what day is that? I'm so excited. I'll get everything ready for you and I'll like send out your order on that day. I just need some information from you. And so then I grab their address and their phone number. I ask them for things like one at a time. So it's not like, give me your address, email, phone number, credit card, you know, all that. And then, yeah, I just put it in the system on the day. So I already have all the info and it's in my calendar. And I do occasionally have people like back out before the day comes, and you know, nothing you can do but say like, oh, I'm so disappointed for you. I know you were really excited to try your product, but I understand things come up. What, you know, when do you want to get started? Or, you know, I'll maybe even talk to them about being a distributor if they're saying that it was a money thing. Anyone else want to share what they do?
So, Jackie, I just wanted to ask a quick question. So you have a paper application form out and you're filling out as much information as possible. And then so you even have their credit card information. So the day they say, I'm ready to process, you just go ahead and process.
Yeah, so I get the date from them, like in the first place, and I get all the info, so it's all ready to go. And I have it in my calendar to sign them up on that day.
Perfect. That's a great tip. Go ahead, Liz. You're muted though, I think.
I just wanted to say that's actually really good. I usually get the address and phone number, address and email, phone number first, but I don't usually get the credit card details until the day. And so I think that's a really good idea. Just saying, I'll put it in the system. I think that might really help, Jackie. Yeah, I was going to message you today and ask you about that. Anyways, I thought this might help everyone. Anyway, thank you. That's great.
No worries. Yeah, I definitely do that. I have a girl who I got her info from just 2 nights ago because I did a hair, skin, nails post and I got lots of response. And so she wants me to put it in next Friday. So it's still like over a week away, but I have all her info. So it's good.
Cool. I love using the paper like customer forms. I think it's great. And that way you can always keep them and go back. I always write the ID number and the password too. And one of the things that I like to do too for new customers, if I'm filling it out, because I don't want to ask them to create a password, I always just use their last name. So it's easy and it's kind of a go-to thing. It's easy for me to remember to just use their last name as their password. And then I'm giving that information to them if I'm signing them up myself. And but I like to keep the application forms, the paper versions of it, because it keeps all that information there handy and stuff. So I just find it helps me stay organized. So Tara has her hand raised. Tara, is there something that you want to share?
Yeah, I actually have a question regarding that. So are you still asking on that day, Jackie? Or are you still just processing it? That's my question.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in on the day, like first thing, bright and early, nice and excited. Pop it in the system and send them a message saying, hey, like you're all set. I'm so excited. Here's your confirmation. Like here's your account number. Here's your password. And here's how you log into your account. You can track your order online. If you don't change anything, you'll get the same order on the same day each month. And I'm so excited. Will you message me when your package arrives?
So my question is too, so are you when you're getting close to that date, because I love this, I'm going to use this, because you get a lot of people that are on the fence and a lot of people are listening right now where they're like, oh, I don't know, I'm not ready. So I've been really good about getting a date. And I love that you say you write everything down. So when you're getting closer to the date.
Oh, I lost you. Did you can you guys hear her? No. I think she's asking like if I keep in touch with them, and yeah, I do keep in touch with them. If there's like an online party coming up and they haven't been to one yet, I invite them so that they can see all the other products and stay excited about it. And they might, see more things that they want, or they might change their mind about being a loyal and want to be a distributor instead. So yeah, I keep in touch with them like as best I can. Depending on how long it is, and just keep staying engaged. Hope that answers it.
I think that's what she was asking too. I think you answered it perfectly. Awesome. Okay, so let's keep moving. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share? Anything that worked well for them, or something great that happened they like to share with everybody?
Well, I know I have a couple of people, Tiffany and Janelle, are going to share about how they promoted last month, and Tiffany double promoted, so that'll be at some stage.
Yeah, let's do a couple more wins, and then we'll go right to that, Jax.
No problem.
I have a win for this week.
Is that Michelle?
Yeah, sorry, I don't have my picture up because I look a hot mess right now.
That's okay.
So y'all can look at my pretty picture that I just have that's not a video. So I've been really, really studying a lot the law of attraction in the last couple of weeks, and personal development and whatnot. So I actually wrote myself a check for $50,000 because that's the triple diamond bonus that I'm going for. And I put it on my bathroom mirror, and I dated it July 15th because that'll be my June paycheck, and that's my cutoff for the Go Fast bonus. So so I did that, and then I started really focusing on it and really saying, like, okay, I'm not just going to sign distributors this week. Like, I'm going to sign 3 distributors this week, and, you know, making it measurable and really focusing on stuff I've been learning. And so anyway, things have just kind of been falling into place. I've been like really trying to be super positive, and I thought it was kind of all, you know, just talk, but it really works because yesterday I was even having a bad day, and I was like, okay, no, like, just going to keep it positive. This is what I'm doing this week. This is what's happening. It doesn't matter. I had 3 people message me yesterday about signing up that I had never talked to as distributors. Today I got a check in the mail for $86 from an insurance company I canceled with 3 months ago, or 8 months ago, I'm sorry. And then I'm also selling my house, and I got an offer today for $6,000 more than I'm asking.
Wow.
But totally crazy, but things are just like falling into place. My team is excited, trying to get them more involved, and I'm trying to get them to stay positive too, so that the whole team brings up the momentum, because it's really kind of interesting when you start studying it.
So the law of attraction.
So that's my.
So the law of attraction. So are you reading the book? Did you watch the movie? Like, tell us a little bit more about it, and what was your biggest aha moment from that?
So I watched the movie, and I had watched part of it before, but I had never really focused on it. I watched the movie. I just read Denise and Cammie's book, Retire Your Husband, and there was a chapter on it in there. I downloaded the app, so I'm getting the daily reminder of, you know, keeping it positive. I'm also reading You Are a Badass right now, and it touches on it a lot. Like everything was just saying, you know, if you're thinking negative, that's what's going to happen. So I've been trying to work into my distributors the mindset of, if you're saying nobody wants to sign with me, and I can't sign loyal customers, or nobody's liking my posts, nobody's commenting, then nobody's going to. And my aha moment was, I guess, like, my first aha moment, for real, was when all of this stuff started happening this week out of nowhere, when I really started focusing on it. But my aha moment with learning about it and actually wanting to implement it was while I was watching the movie. And I was like, how hard can it really be just to think positive? How hard can it really be? And it really is kind of difficult, to be honest, to keep yourself positive when you know that things aren't maybe working out for you. But like yesterday, I was having a really bad day. You know, it was just nothing was working for me. Everything seemed to be working against me, but I tried to keep saying, no, it's okay, because where there's one thing that goes wrong, something else goes right, you know. And it really just, as I had that mindset, the next thing that happened was like replacing the bad thing that happened to me earlier in the day or whatever. So I guess.
That's awesome. I think that it's like we have the ability to change our state that we're in. And I mean, we went to Tony Robbins a couple of months ago, and that was like the number one thing that he was trying to get out to people. Like, you don't wake up and all of a sudden you're like going to have a bad day. We have one thing happen to us and we decide that the rest of our day is going to be bad. Like, it's like, right. And so we have this power to change the music, change your energy, get out of the house, go for a walk, shake it off. You know, there's so many different things we can do to change our energy, change our state, change our day. And I think that, like, when you realize we have that power, that's when we become most powerful. And so I love that. The Law of Attraction is something I should probably watch again. I think I've watched it 8 times, but I haven't watched it in actually a few years. So that's a great reminder.
So
Pardon?
And it's so good. And then the big thing too is to make it all measurable, because I had people that were just like, I'm going to grow my business. But what does that mean? You know, you have to make it measurable. Like, so instead it's, I'm going to sign 3 distributors this week. And I guess I should have set a higher goal, because I already have 2 this week, and then I have 3 more that contacted me. So, but instead of just saying like, yeah, I'm going to go get new team members, like, what is your goal? What are you going to do? And that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think like I'm going to go back to Tony Robbins again. I love one of the stories that he tells about how somebody says, well, I want to have more money. I want to have more money. And he's like, okay, well, here's $1. You're answered. You know what I mean? You got everything you asked for. You're done now, you know, and it makes you realize that you really do have to put a number towards that, because just saying you want more of something could mean 1. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get what you're looking for. Being specific about what you want, where you want to be, and stuff like that is very important. And the more details you have, the closer that happens. And living in the feeling of what it feels like to like create that is also a big deal. Like, so That's great.
Well, I put my check up for $50,000, and the next day I boxed for Triple Diamond. So.
Yeah, well, it's action, right? It's like intent with action. You know what you're doing, and you just keep like the universe will contort to give you what you want once you really decide what it is that you want. But you got to almost be obsessed with it. You got to, sleep with your list and your charts, and like be like what Tanis and Caroline are doing is that, they have all these customers that they're signing up, and then they're going and they're connecting with them and turning them all into distributors. I mean, we all have the ability to do that, right? So they're not doing anything magical. They're just consistent. And it's amazing what you can do. You can move mountains by being consistent that way, having that proper intention and knowing exactly where you want to go. That's a great share. Thank you so much for sharing that and reminding us all about The Secret, because that's a really, really good one. If anybody hasn't watched The Secret yet, do yourself a favor and like make it a night and watch The Secret. And Hannah, you've seen The Secret a few times, right? Yeah. I think it's just one of those, like The Secret's huge. I think everybody should watch it. Perfect. So Jackie, you said you wanted to introduce a couple of your girls and let them share how they're growing their business.
Yeah, I'd love to introduce Tiffany, you guys. She's just promoted. She double promoted last month. So she's gone Ruby, from distributor to Ruby in April. And she's a mom and she's very busy, but she also just loves our products, was familiar. Her husband was actually a loyal customer before Tiffany joined the business. And she's a yes person. And that's what I love about her. Every time I ask her, someone wants to help out on an online party or go live on an online party even, she's like, yes, I'll do it. And I asked her if she wanted to share on the call, and she said yes. So would you like to introduce yourself, Tiffany, and share a bit about what's been working well for you and what's helped you promote?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, I am a busy mom, but I make time to make this work. The great thing about this is being able to work on your phone, and nowadays we all have it with us all the time. So I figured I might as well work with it and get something out of it for me and my family. I went last month with the help of my amazing team. I went from distributor to executive Ruby, so I was pretty excited about that. My husband always bugs me. He says, "You better keep going, babe." I'm like, "Oh, I am." So, what's been working the best for me is watching everyone and listening to everyone. I just let everything sink in. In the beginning, I was obviously, sure, like lots of us, I was really nervous. I was nervous. I was scared to talk to strangers. I was scared to talk to people and ask them to try something and be turned down and feel like I might make the relationships awkward and they won't want to talk to me anymore. And so a lot of that was just, the more you did it, the more confident I became. And, I got used to no. And after a while, they started coming back. So I guess, with my consistency, I just kept posting. I tried to put variety in there. And I do, I'm 3 months in and I'm still trying products. I'm still getting to know different products. And the more products I try, I fall in love with them. And I find once I try a product that I love, it's just so much easier to promote then. You just have so much more. I just get so excited. And I think people can really see that in your posts, like your excitement and how you feel about it. And lots of people came back to me and just showing my own stories, my own results. That's really what's been bringing a lot of people in. And then this last month has been big for me because I've had strangers start talking to me and asking me, oh, sorry, batteries. I've had strangers come and start asking me about the products. I've had people asking me about the business. So it's just been growing in new fashion style, I guess. I've just been growing contacts and just adding on Instagram and adding on Facebook. And at first I'd get people, oh, how do I know you? And I'd be a little like, oh, you know, like, it's okay. You don't have to add me. I'm just trying to grow my network. I'm being all modest. And now it's just more, I'm like, okay, daughter. Now I'm just more out there. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm with It Works. I'm growing my market. Keep an eye on my posts. Maybe something will draw your attention. And they do. They watch, people like, and then I just go ahead and someone likes my post, I'll strike up a conversation with them. I'll ask them what their thoughts are. It's been amazing how if you just put the fear and the shyness away, people just kind of start coming out. The more confident I've been, the more confident people are at coming out and talking to me.
Oh my gosh, I love all of that. I just want to say that, like, one of the biggest, I'm just going to mute you to just go ahead and unmute yourself whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for sharing, Tiffany. What I love so much about what you said was about how the more you're using the products, the more you fall in love with them, and it just gets easier to share what you love. And one of the things that I've noticed that there's a huge trend in this business is that there's so many distributors that have signed up that don't use the product, and then they can't figure out why they can't grow their business. They can't figure out why nobody believes what they have to say. They can't figure out how to do anything because they didn't do the one most important thing that's more important than anything else, and that is falling in love with the product. Because what we do what we believe, and if we don't believe in something, we don't have the ability to share about it because we're not being genuine and honest. And so you have to find your belief system within yourself before you can share that with other people. I can't tell you how many people I've known that have sabotaged their own business because they didn't get on the greens, or they didn't start using the stretch mark cream, or they just didn't, they just felt like they're going to grow a business and then fall in love with the products. You got to fall in love with the products first. You got to make that effort and use the products so that you can speak to them. So I wanted to share that because that's such a great point that you shared. Like, it just happened naturally for you when you started using the products. You fell in love with them. You shared. Your business grew. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
And I also love what she said about confidence. And I think that's key. Like, you have to be confident, and that it takes time, it grows. But like she said, the more you do it, the more you practice talking to people, the better you'll get at it and the more confident you'll feel. And it's true, when you're confident, people feel that and they can sense that. It's called your posture. And if you've got like a strong posture and you're like, you need this, you're going to love it, you'd be crazy not to do this, people are like, yeah, well, I guess I have to then, It's so true. I love that.
Totally.
You're like, oh, maybe try it, it's okay, you might like it, but you don't have to. Who's gonna be like that queen, right?
Have you guys ever went to go buy something and someone's actually talked you out of buying things? Like, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that too. I know I've gone in to ask somebody about something and they'll tell you about something else or something like that. I'm like, and then I just leave because I'm like, you don't even know what you're selling. You don't even believe in it. So you just don't. A confused mind always says no. So when you confuse people because you don't know whether you believe in something or not, the answer is going to be no. So, there's a lot of it. We have to kind of look back at ourselves and realize, did I even try that product? Do I know enough about it? Did I share what I love? Did I share testimony and stuff like that? So, yeah.
Tiffany, you were at the One Team One Mission with Tanis this month. Do you want to talk about how that was for you, and would you suggest people get to events and why?
Yes, that was amazing for me, actually. Sorry.
Tiffany, still there? Oh, there you are.
Oh yeah, sorry, husband was trying to call. Yeah, that was actually amazing for me. It actually got me, it got me a few loyal customers because one of the products, Confianza, the supplement, I wasn't sure about it because I haven't tried it, and there was, sorry. There was one lady there that went up and shared her story about it and how it helped her. And that evening, I actually went and ordered it, and I've tried it, and it's amazing. And I've been, yeah, tried it. I've been on it. It's amazing. So I've been sharing my stories on that, and I signed someone the other day, and I've got a couple more just kind of hanging in, waiting to see the results. And I've got another person signing up next week for it. So just myself, just the same thing, I guess, just trying a different product and learning about it. It gave me the confidence to just go out there and talk about it, and it really helped me out. And just to see all the women there and what they've accomplished and how they've accomplished it and the positivity, it just really shows that it's just like a big family. It's fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Tiffany. I think that getting out to events can change like your entire mindset. So you think you know what the company is about, but once you go to an event, you really see the big picture. You really see what you have your hands on.
Well, I find the support with this company is just amazing. You're never alone.
That's perfect. So Jackie, you said there was somebody else too that you had that you
Well, I was going to have Janelle, who's just gone Emerald, but I'm not sure if she's here. Janelle, are you here? I haven't seen her. She might have not made it on.
So we can save her story for next week if she didn't make it on.
Yes.
I think we answered all the questions that were asked. So I think what we can do right now is open it up and see if anybody has any questions about anything or if there's anything that anybody wants to share.
Yes, please. I love when everyone shares. It's the best part.
Go ahead, Tara. I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah, sorry, my phone died before. I don't know if my question got answered because what I was asking was before, Jackie, when you're putting in the information on the day that they give you, are you like reminding them a couple days before, or you're just putting it in on that day?
I'm not really set like a reminder, but I am keeping it friendly and keeping in touch. And if there's like an online party coming up in between and they haven't been to one yet, I'm inviting them so they can stay excited. You know, if I share a post about that product, I'm like, oh my God, did you see these results? Like, I can't wait for you to get yours. That kind of thing. Just keeping it friendly and stuff, but I don't have like a formal like reminder. You know, I assume that they told me that they want it. That's not going to change. And I think like that's another thing. Like, are we sitting there thinking, well, they told me that they want it, but they're probably going to back out. Like, let's not do that. Let's just, get them what they said that they wanted and stay confident in that.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, because I know a lot of my team members have asked that question. They're like, well, they say that they're interested, but they're not like doing anything. And I always say, are you getting a date from them? And for me, I think getting a date is like huge. And I would never think what you said tonight until you said that. And I cannot wait to implement that tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Yay, no worries.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think if someone says that, you know what, I get paid on the 15th, run it through the 15th or 16th, whatever you decide, just do it. And then they get their email confirmation after. You're just doing what you said you were going to do. And I like that Jackie says that she stays in contact with them if there's a party or something like that. But she just does. Like, if you made it an agreement, you made an agreement. You just do it. You wouldn't even think about it. So It was their idea. They're the ones that told you which date it was.
Yes. It's almost like, are we afraid and we're giving them a chance to back out? Like, no.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't want it, they'll tell you. Trust me.
Exactly. Good point. Yeah. So does anybody else have anything that they wanted to share?
I can share something.
Sure.
Who's going first?
I think it was you. Okay, somebody go.
Okay, so this week, well, since the middle of the past week, I keep following up on my stuff and, wrote more objective and like get back to work more, and I had more time a little bit to put into the business, and I was really happy. I signed 2 loyal customers that I planned seed a little while ago, and it's just, keep repeating what you have to do, and that's how it works. Like if you don't follow up, somebody else gonna, whatever, it's another It Works person or another company, right? So you better to, not like pushy, but just, keep interest in their life and be their friends. And, they're going to feel, safe with you, and they're going to, say, oh, that person, is human, and I like it. So I rather, support that person that is human than somebody just tried to sell me stuff. So, yeah.
Cool. Way to go. Congratulations.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Jackie.
No, I was just saying that's great. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, so yesterday I signed 2 loyal customers on the last day of the free shipping.
Nice.
One of them, she's moving from, sorry, my daughter's crazy. One of them is moving from Mexico to Winnipeg by the end of this month. And she said that she would possibly be interested in joining me when she moves here. And she's pregnant now, so she ordered the stretch mark cream and the greens. So I'm super excited. I also got my first distributor.
Nice.
And then today I had sent, or actually last week, I sent some green samples to a friend of mine through Facebook. And she posted it on Facebook today. She's like, oh, I can't wait to try these. Thank you so much. I love getting mail. And then someone else had commented, like, well, what are they, whatever. So I went and I was like, okay, well, I'll message you. And now I have another one another loyal customer signing up on Friday.
Sweet.
So that's my win for the week.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love that. That's amazing, you guys. You're doing so good. Everybody's just like rocking it out. And I think that these calls are really helping people. Like, I think that it really helps us all kind of see what other people are doing and getting a chance to like ask questions and stuff like that and get new ideas and stuff. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to share?
Jackie, it's Cara.
Yeah, go for it.
I just had a question. What, I think we had talked about it last week, but about online, like inviting people to events and parties. So whether it be like a 1-to-1 mission or to an online event or to like an actual event at your house, the power, I guess, of inviting personally versus just mass inviting, that type of thing.
I don't think mass inviting works for anything ever. I could be wrong. Anybody has a different opinion, then just let me know. But I think that like if somebody's inviting me to something, if they make it personal and say, Jackie, I'd love for you to be there, I'm there. Like, it doesn't even matter whether I want to be there or not. I've gone to house parties and different things like that just because of the way someone invited me, not because I'm interested in what they have going on. And then I'm always pleasantly surprised. There's always something in there for me. I end up meeting somebody or end up finding something that I didn't know I wanted. But it's all in the invite, and it goes both ways. I've been invited to things that I really want to go to, and I haven't been invited properly, and I forget about it because it's another notification and it's gone. Had that person connected with me properly, I would have put it into my calendar, and I would have been there. So I think the invite is everything. In home party, we're taught that. So I think that I still think that's true. I don't think that ever changes. So does that help answer your question, or does anyone else have anything they want to add to that? Go for it.
I just find that, oh, sorry.
Nope, go ahead. You went first. Go ahead.
I just find that since I've been in network marketing, since I've joined It Works, there's a lot of people that are in other companies that just do just that. They just mass invite people. So every day I get at least 20 random invites to something, and every time I ignore. And I had this one person who was very consistent. She added me to her group on Facebook, and I left it. And then 20 minutes later, she added me again, and I left it. And then the next day, she added me again, and then I messaged her, and I'm like, look, I totally am for what you're doing, but you're going about it all the wrong way. I'm like, you can't just invite people to your page. I have no interest. And then, of course, I gave her my little spiel about how I do business. I said, you can do business however you want, but this is how I do it. And she messaged me a week later. She was like, oh my God, I tried it your way and I'm getting much more success. I'm like, well, glad I could help you, but inviting someone to their page 3 times in the run of 24 hours just isn't a way to do business, in my opinion.
I can't tell you how many times I get added to pages and I just shake my head and I take myself out, and then I don't know why people don't take a hint and they keep putting me back in, and I keep taking I don't care about lipstick. Stop inviting me. I just don't care. I don't care. Anyways, I don't know why it's like there's certain groups that feel like it's okay to just add people without asking your permission. If somebody actually asked me for my permission, I would maybe say maybe, you know what I mean? Even if I'm not even that interested, I might just be, because of how they asked me, I may just actually, but not asking me and putting me in something is not going to work for me. I don't like it. I find it disrespectful. I wouldn't do it to other people, and I don't expect people to do it to me.
Well then too, Jax, if they have messaged you and you get to know them personally and you're like, hey, this person's cool, this is a fellow businesswoman growing her thing, then when you have a friend who really loves lipstick, you're gonna go, hey, I know this girl, you should go through her. But if they're just this random stranger who's just adding you without any sort of connection, forget it.
I know, and it's weird to me that people think it's okay. And I just think that people, a lot of people know anywhere from 100 to 3,000 people on Facebook on average, somewhere between there. And there's a big chunk of those people that are doing a home business. Can you imagine if every single one of us that were running our home business added people, our clients, or just our friends into these groups? It's just not the right thing to do. You have to ask permission. It's manners. And we don't want to, sometimes those types of little things can actually turn people off the entire business. That's one of the reasons why the industry sometimes gets a bad name, is because of that. That to me, I think, is aggressive, and so anyways, treat people the way you want to be treated, make real connections, invite them, have manners, and really the bottom line is treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat your customers the way you want to be treated, treat your distributors the way you want to be treated, it reigns true for everything. And also, Stephanie wanted to talk about hostess coaching a little bit. Would you want me to go over a few little tips for hostess coaching? Cause the home parties are it's a great time of year right now to be doing home parties, especially since it seems to be cloudy and stuff like that. The summer hasn't really seemed to hit anywhere yet, it seems like. So, I mean, it's still a good time to get in and have the friends over, have a glass of wine and or just a bunch of water and just get wrapping and stuff. So I think that one of the most important things about hostess coaching is, first of all, picking the date. Someone said earlier about sometimes picking a date and just making decisions sometimes can be the hardest part. And that's always true. A lot of times when you basically want to give people 2 options. You want to say, would you rather do it during the day or during the evening? And they'll pick one. And then you say, okay, well, I have Wednesday or I have Sunday. And you can start narrowing it down that way. And so basically find one day of the week that works and then find out whether it's day or evening. And then when it comes to hostess coaching, you want to teach them how to invite people. The most important thing you can do is teach them how to invite, because that's the only thing a hostess really needs to make sure she's doing properly is inviting. And so letting her know how to invite, letting her know that calling people is better, whoever your circle is and stuff like that. Like, so teaching them how to do the invitation and then getting them excited about it, letting them know what's expected of them and what's in it for them. And like, because otherwise, if you don't tell them, they don't know. They might put on a big spread. They might, people don't know. So your job as the consultant is to let them know what they need to know. And so teaching them how to invite properly, and letting them know that it's going to be fun and easy and simple, and how they're going to earn their free wrap. And if they have, maybe over, with every 4 guests, you can get a free wrap. That's what I do for people. So that way, if they have 8 people, then they're earning 2 of them, which is great for me because it's like a double party, right? But with hostess coaching, I think it's just having a good relationship. You have to look at your hostess like she's your business partner, and you're the expert. You're going over what they need to know. And like I said, the inviting is the most important thing. And then when it comes time to, maybe it's a day or 2 before the party, you want to make sure they're setting out not just the invitations, but the reminders as well, because people are busy and they forget. And then when it comes to doing the presentation, we know how to do that. It's something else we can talk about maybe on our next call and stuff like that, if you guys want to go over the party pad a little bit more, because I always love talking about the party pad. But depending on what you guys want to learn about. Is there anything specific about hostess coaching that you want to know more about? Because I think the most important thing, especially with us, because our business is so simple, is really about inviting the guests.
Yeah, I think it was just more about the invitation. I've had one girl who's had 2 parties now, and no guests have shown up. And we've held it at my house and at her house, just for, because we live on opposite sides of the city. And both times, and I left her in charge of the invitation. We did an online event, and I told her to message people privately, but we still had no shows both times. So I was just looking for some suggestions, and I just, wanted to make her successful. So
excitement, I think sometimes being excited, showing excitement, putting that into, if you're messaging people, even trying to get that across in a message. And I also one of the other things too, is online parties are a little bit, they can be a little bit easier to get people to, or they can be sometimes a little bit tougher because they're so easy to go in and out of. But I think that it comes down to being genuine and just saying if it's somebody who's a good friend, you just say, I would just love your support, or you've always been so supportive, would you be okay with coming to this online event and checking out to see what it is that I do? And just getting them there is really the whole idea, right? So anything we need to get them there.
Yeah, we did an online event, an online event for invitation, but it was an at-home party. So we were just trying to get people in person, but that was not successful. We're just going to keep trying.
That happened to me though. When I first got started, I can't tell you, I think there was 3 parties that I had that no one came to. I picked a date and it didn't work for people. And then I did it again and it didn't work for people. And I think because of my background, it didn't faze me. I just was like, oh, I guess today's not the right day. It's just, the moon and stars didn't line up for me as far as having guests goes. And so I just booked another, and I just booked another, and I just kept doing it. And then I eventually, when I actually did get on the phone, it's when I got on the phone, that was when I had 16 people at my party. So yeah, it's a funny thing. It's sometimes just about picking the right date. Go ahead, Karen.
I just had a question for Jackie.
Margaret?
If she's still online.
I don't know. Where is she?
I don't see her picture anymore.
She left already.
Oh. I was just wondering if anyone's ever gotten mad that she's processed an order without confirming with them beforehand.
I think when they give you their order and their credit card, that's the confirmation.
Okay.
I have never given someone my credit card and not expected them to process my order. Do you know what I mean? And if they say, do it on this date, I expect that they do it. I would never expect them to contact me first and go over everything again. That's just me. I feel like, I think sometimes the hardest part about placing an order is sometimes that distributor taking your payment, to be honest. I have sat here ready to place an order, and I've had my credit card in hand, and I'm waiting for that person at the other end to get their shit together. So I think that we all appreciate it when somebody has their business together so they can actually process things properly. Once the person's made the decision, it's done. So, but it's a great question. And, you know, so yeah. So, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once you've given the credit card, the decision's basically made. Okay. So Jackie said she had to run. Okay. So we're going to wrap up our call. Does anybody have anything last minute that they want to share or any questions that they have before we wrap it up? And if you guys have questions for next week's call, let us know. I'm hoping Tanis is going to feel better. I know that she had a big day today and everything like that. So, yeah. So anybody have anything before we close out? Well, with that note, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to tell you guys all that, like, you make these calls so amazing, and the questions that you bring and, you know, what you have to share is what makes them so special. And you never know what you're going to share, how it can help somebody, or the other way around. You never know how somebody else can share something that can change your business. So these calls are really great, and I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again. And if you have any questions, you know where I am. I'm always available. So bye, guys.
Thank you, Jackie.
Yes, thank you guys.